Good evening, everyone. Mike Palmer from Know Your Rights Group and Success Coaching International with another very important live video update tonight. So now that the voice referendum has been comprehensively defeated, we really need to start focusing our attention on the next really big push by the powers that be, and that, of course, is for this digital ID as part of a cashless society. Now, we've obviously spoken lots and lots and lots about this push towards a cashless society already this year. So tonight I want to focus on and talk a little bit more about some of the other underlying issues behind it all. So first off, I'm going to go through an actual IT industry article which highlights some of the real issues that are now facing our financial industry as this push for a digital ID really does start to ramp up. And of course, also as AI starts to play a role, more and more each day. So this is the article for those of you who want to go and look it up. And it's entitled, RBA Warns AI Big Tech to Weigh on Australia's Financial System Stability. The Reserve Bank of Australia has warned that cybersecurity, cloud and AI are creating operational risks for the financial sector with potential systemic implications should things go wrong. In a speech to the Australian Financial Industry Association conference yesterday, the Assistant Governor of Financial System, Brad Jones, declared the three digital technologies as an outside risk and threat to the stability of the sector. He noted that there was no historical precedent to guide the sector through emerging technology-enabled risk, adding that industry would ultimately be responsible for boosting their resiliency against adverse effects. So essentially what he's saying is it's up to the financial sector themselves to figure out what the risks might be and to try and, implement something to offer some kind of protection. I mean, that's, not really overly convincing or heartwarming, is it? Jones predicted that AI in particular would offer enormous opportunities for the financial system and wider economy, but managing the associated risks will not be straightforward. And given that they can't even keep up with straightforward things like, keeping the banks online 24/7, how are they going to handle things that aren't straightforward? He concurred with US Securities Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler, who also warned that AI could magnify a shock on the financial system. Now, we don't need to, look back too far, only back to the start of this year with the banking crisis and UBS failing and all these things happening, okay? And now they're saying that AI could magnify any type of shock on the financial system. So, this is not sounding good. Contagion and herding risk is one potential channel where parties could come to rely on similar models and data aggregators that are trained on similar data and so generate similar actions, including in a crisis, i.e. heighten the crisis, make it worse. Imagine if what happened at the start of the year was multiplied and magnified and made even worse than it already was. Because the underlying models are complex and typically developed outside of the financial regulatory perimeter, system-wide vulnerabilities could be brewing in a way that is not obvious to financial institutions or supervisors. I mean, they are telling you quite categorically, quite blatantly here, they have no idea what could actually happen because all of this stuff is outside of the regulatory bodies because they haven't kept up with technology. So there could be things, brewing underneath that they haven't even thought of yet. They're not even aware of. So how can you implement precautionary strategies or implement systems for things that you're not even aware of yet? The use of outsourced technology services from big tech companies also posed an operational risk because the providers often sat largely operating outside the financial regulatory perimeter, he said. Banks and financial market infrastructures are considering moving some services to the cloud, and for sound reasons. But exposure is concentrated in a select number of service providers, and an outage, which as we know happens all the time, could leave many institutions unable to perform critical functions. What the? And in some jurisdictions, Australia included, big tech has sought to move into payment services, including through digital wallets, without the regulatory oversight typically imposed on other financial service providers. Cyber risks were also ever present, he said. I mean, please take note of what they're actually saying here. Now, I am not a, financial expert by any stretch of the imagination, but even I know that none of that sounds good, okay? And to me, at least, it seems that whatever potential upside there might be for things to keep going digital, and really at best, all that could really ever equate to was maybe just a little bit of extra efficiency or simplicity. But I mean, that to me is just greatly outweighed by all of the risks, some of which they don't even know about yet. So I just don't understand why anyone would agree to this, especially when cash still works perfectly well. There's just no need for this. Okay, it's not like, the financial system is crashing because of the use of cash, so we have to implement these new digital technologies. The current system's working perfectly fine. There's no need for any of it. Okay, now we can also see some of the other issues relating to the new digital ID technology that were highlighted just this week in the rollout of the Queensland digital licence system. Now this all occurred just yesterday, so if you haven't yet seen this article, go and have a look, because again, this is relates to Queensland, but all other states are following suit if they haven't already. So this one's entitled Glitches Plague Queensland's Digital Licences Rollout. Queenslanders are meant to be able to access their digital driver's licences on their mobile phones from today, but the rollout has been marred by glitches and delays on day one. The Queensland government has urged people to wait until the technical issues are resolved before downloading the new digital licence app. Is it just me, or should those technical issues not have been resolved before they rolled out this app? I mean, that just seems to make sense to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. While 15,000 users have successfully accessed their licence, some have reported receiving error messages. We're asking Queenslanders to be patient and take their time to download it. Wait until tomorrow, or try later in the week. Or how about not at all? Don't buy into the rubbish. The app gives motorists access to a digital version of their driver's licence, meaning they no longer need to carry around their physical licence. Whoop-de-bloody-do. Really? All of this just so you don't carry around your plastic licence? Is it really that much of a hassle to carry around something that size? What's the world coming to? The app has been, get ready for this. The app has been in development since 2018 and was trialled in Townsville and on the Fraser Coast. So 2018, they still can't get it right. The Townsville trial was originally meant to roll out in late 2022. However, it was pushed back to April 2023, partly due to increased demand for security testing following last year's Optus data breach and Medibank hack. Queensland joins New South Wales, South Australia in offering digital licences, while Victoria is set to roll out this technology next year in 2024. Okay? So we've got 3 states already doing this. Now, again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm missing something. But if the app has been in development for 5 years and then the system's crashed on day one, that doesn't sound like a very reliable or very stable system to me. And again, what's happening or what could happen with all of that private personal data that's being stored? If the system's crashed on day one, what could happen in year one? What could happen in year 10? I mean, this is, should be really, really, really concerning for everybody around the entire country. And again, as always, I urge you, please keep things in perspective. Okay? Again, there seems to be a lot of issues already on day one, but a lot of unknown or potential issues down the track. And all for what benefit exactly? Again, just not slipping your license into your pocket or your purse. Again, that doesn't seem to be a very sensible trade-off to me, given all of those issues. Now, we did actually talk about some of these concepts, especially in relation to the digital ID on Tuesday night's radio show. Now, there was actually an issue with the streaming server, so I know a lot of people weren't actually able to listen to that show live. But just a heads up that the podcast has been uploaded now for anyone who does want to access that. And in essence, on Tuesday night's show, we explained that the system essentially needs a large portion of the population to sign up for the digital ID before they can fully implement this cashless society, because of course the two go hand in hand. Now, the recent push for people to apply for a director ID was basically just a test to see how many people would actually just go along with it. And thankfully, it seems like, at least from the numbers that I've seen, a huge portion or proportion of business owners are still standing their ground, and they're not refusing to apply, but they're just explaining to the ABRS that they are more than happy to apply if they can just simply answer a few simple questions about things like the validity of the legislation, the requirement for people to be forced into servitude by doing work for the government without any sort of remuneration or compensation, and of course the actual validity of the entity who's actually making the request, because of course the ABRS wasn't even a full legal entity until the end of August just this year, yet they've been pushing for this since back in November last year. Now, we've obviously covered all of these points and many more in a lot of detail on various video updates that we've done over the course of the past 12 months or so. So please, if you have missed any of those, if you do still have questions about Director ID, if you are still standing your ground, please make sure you go to our BitChute channel or just to the videos tab on our Facebook page and just look for any video updates with Director ID in the title. You can scroll through all the videos very easily, and anything that says Director ID, just click on that and just go through that. And again, for those of you who are wanting to know, they're getting SMSs or emails or letters in the mail, wanting to know how to keep standing your ground, please make sure that you refer to the various response letters that we've prepared already to help people, and you can find those right at the bottom of our fines page. So if you just go to knowyourrightsgroup.com.au, click on the fines tab, scroll all the way to the bottom, there should be a link going up in the description, and you'll find a number of the letters that we've prepared for people there. So just keep standing your ground, just keep reiterating the points that are raised in those letters, and explain that you are more than happy to comply with any lawful obligations that you might have, but you do just need them to provide valid, meaningful responses to your genuine questions and concerns first. Now, the good news, of course, is that, as I said, a lot of people do seem to still be taking a stand against the Director ID. And hopefully, of course, that will be the same when it comes towards the push for the digital ID. But as always, as I say on every one of these videos, we really do need people to be proactive. Don't wait till things are forced upon us. We need people taking action, and we actually need to stop any legislation regarding digital IDs from even been created in the first place. So please, to help yourself and everybody else, of course, in that regard, I would urge you to make sure that you add your signature to the Stop Digital ID petition that we read out on Tuesday night's radio show. That's a link to the title there. If you want to go to if you want to do a search for that, or again, there should be a link going up in the description to the video now. Just do a search for Protect Your Privacy Now, Stop Digital ID. Now, the good news is we read this out just on Tuesday nights, only a couple of nights ago. There are about 15,000 signatures, and I just looked before I went on air tonight, and that's already jumped up to 18,000 signatures just in the last 2 days. So again, do a search for that web page, and do make sure that you add your signature to that petition, and let's send our members of parliament, the politicians, a very loud and clear message that we do not want this. We have not asked for this. Okay, this is not what the people actually want. Now, of course, speaking of petitions and what people do actually want, this is again a very timely reminder that if you haven't yet done so, to please make sure that you add your signature to Jason's petition, and that, of course, is the one to legislate a formal cash and banking guarantee in this country. Again, you should find a link going up in the description to the video, and let's help put a really big dent in this relentless push towards us becoming a completely cashless society. And again, on that point, again, if you haven't yet done so, please do be sure to join our Call Out Cashless Businesses Facebook group. Again, you should find a link in the description. It's very easy to find online. Again, let's make sure we continue to name and shame those businesses that refuse to accept cash, and of course, nominate any businesses that in particular promote the use of cash. And again, also don't forget our sister group, the Cash is King discussion group, which is the perfect place to put any comments about CBDCs and keeping cash alive and cash is king and all those sorts of things. And again, you should find a link in the description. Now, before I finish up tonight, we have been absolutely bombarded, especially over the last, I guess, month or so, with requests from people. Can we please start doing the one-on-one coaching calls again? Now, obviously, we stopped those at the start of the year because we were just, too busy with everything, with all the live events and all that sort of stuff. But there are just so many people, literally begging for, some additional help over and above what's in the books and all the rest of it, that we have decided to start doing those again for as long as we can without being overwhelmed, which is what happened last year. So if you are one of the many people who've emailed us, especially over the last couple of weeks, asking for a coaching session, only to get a reply back, no, sorry, we're not doing those anymore. They are back up on our shop page, and they are available again after the long weekend, the Melbourne Cup weekend this weekend. So again, if you go to the shop page, again, there should be a link in the description. You'll find a couple of options there. And again, the final thing that I want to cover tonight, of course, is a quick reminder about our very special one-off Ultimate Advanced Mastermind Bootcamp that is being held here in Melbourne on the 18th and 19th of November. You can find out the details of that extremely unique event via the link on our seminar page. Now, in case you've missed some of the updates, we're now including full workbooks for each day. We're giving everybody a bunch of extremely detailed documents. We're actually putting those on a special Know Your Rights branded USB drive, and we're going over and above to over-deliver at this event. So if you have any interest in coming along to that event, please make sure you secure your seats sooner rather than later. And speaking of live events, of course, if you did miss our live events this year for one reason or another, please make sure you do get a copy of that home study course. It's a complete recording of one of the 2.5 day live events, everything from beginner right through to advanced stuff. 17 DVDs, a CD with all the documents that we use, 3 custom-made workbooks. There's places to write notes next to every single slide from every single presentation. You can pause, rewind, fast forward in the comfort of your own home at your own pace. It is a fantastic resource tool that you will come back to again and again. All right, so finally, as I always do, I'm going to finish off with the latest testimonial from one of our members, and also, of course, go through some of the latest memes. Now, what makes this testimonial so powerful is that it is an exact actual copy of the letter he received. Now, there's always trolls that get on these videos and go, oh, anyone can make up testimonials. I mean, as if, we'd make testimonials up. There's absolutely no point in doing that. Other people get on, and this muppet that's been in some of the fact checker articles going, oh, the courts never accept these arguments. No one's ever won with these arguments. Show us the court cases. Well, here you go. There is the letter right there, confirming 100% that although this matter was listed for court, it has now been withdrawn. So, dear Sir, Madam, recharge of contravention, red traffic control signal, infringement number da-da-da-da-da. Information has been received regarding the above-mentioned charge. The matter is listed Perth Magistrate Court on 3rd of November 2023, so tomorrow. As part of the review process undertaken when preparing the papers for prosecution, it has been decided the matter should be withdrawn. WA Police will not be proceeding any further regarding this matter. Okay, and there's all the officer's details, so anyone wants to contact this officer and confirm that this is a real letter from them, and yes, it's really happened and it's really been withdrawn. There's all the evidence you need. As I said, there's absolutely no point in us making any testimonials up or anything. So again, please, if you don't yet have it, grab that Aussie Speeding Fines book. Okay, refer to that 3-step process in Chapter 3. It absolutely does work. Okay, these guys have been around for 16 years. They wouldn't be there for that long if the stuff didn't work. It's just that simple, and there's some more crystal clear evidence for you. All right, so now this was actually sent through by one of our members, Mark, in the distinction there between the wolf and the sheep in wolf's clothing. So it says it's not the wolf who looks like a wolf who's most dangerous. It's the wolf who looks most like a sheep. And what do the judges wear on their heads, people? Something to think about. And he's given us a reference here as well. Matthew 7:15. Be on your guard against false prophets. They come to you looking like sheep on the outside, but on the inside they are really like wild wolves. Oh, the government loves you and cares about you. We're here to help you. Oh, the police are there to keep you safe. All these wonderful wolves in sheep's clothing. Ah, yes, the good old woke agenda. I'll just leave that up there, and I'm sure you can connect the dots. Those who've joined the woke agenda certainly won't be needing that anymore. Yes, a good one. I couldn't believe I was speaking to somebody today who was saying that their partner was still being harassed about these jabs. After all these times, I thought it was sort of pretty much said and done, but apparently not. So in case you couldn't read that, it said, what's this for? And it says, like it really matters at this point, i.e. just comply and do as you're told, because of course that's what it's really all about. Yes, another very good one. This is how it all starts. This is how it all starts. So in case you can't read that, it says, if it starts with studies suggest, experts are saying, scientists believe, according to research, majority of people believe, polls indicate, anonymous sources say. If it starts with any of that, you can be pretty sure it's a lie. Yes. And finally, thankfully, hopefully this applies to everybody out there watching this video. As it says there, cheers to all the folks who do their own research because they don't trust anyone. Okay, and again, I'll be crystal clear about that. It includes me as well. Don't blindly believe anything that I stand here and tell you on any of these videos. Okay, I give you articles to go and research. I, specify sections and subsections of legislation. I refer to specific court cases. I do all of this so that you can go and do your own research. If there's anything that I say on these videos that piques your interest, that grabs your attention, please go and do the research for yourself to confirm and verify and validate that information. Because the thing is, I can stand here twice a week for the next 10 years telling you all these things that I do, and at the end of the day, it's still just my information. But if you go away and you read about it, you research it, you look it up, you trial it, you test it, then it becomes your information, And that's where it becomes truly, truly powerful. So on that note, I'm going to leave things there for tonight. As always, I do urge you to make use of all the resources that are available to you to please get informed, get fired up, and get proactive this year, especially more than ever before. As always, there's plenty of completely free information on our website, on the other websites that we recommend. These videos, as I said before, are completely free to watch. You can find them on our BitChute channel, on the videos tab on our Facebook page, and we are uploading some of the less controversial ones to our YouTube channel as well. Of course, our radio shows are free to listen to every Tuesday night. Just a reminder, there's no live radio show next Tuesday night due to the Melbourne Cup long weekend, and there's no live video update on Sunday, but I will be back next Thursday for the next live update. Of course, if you want to go above and beyond all of those things that are available to you, please make sure you grab a copy of our book, The Essential Step-by-Step Manual for Understanding and Exercising Your Rights. That Ellerslie Speeding Fines book that I mentioned before for challenging any types of unjust and unlawful fines. Traffic fines, COVID fines, unregistered dog fines, whatever. And look, we know I've been speaking to a number of people this week, and there are so many people really genuinely struggling financially at the moment. So please, please, please stop throwing good money after bad at these unsecured loans, your personal loans, your credit cards. You can just follow that tried, tested, and proven 4-step process for discharging those loans. So again, it's only unsecured, it's not your secured loans, but if you've got big credit card debts or big personal loans still hanging over your head, grab that book and learn the process and follow that. You can get these, of course, all individually. You can get them as part of the combo pack that does include our free shopping tote bag as a little bonus for everybody. Don't forget, we do have our caps and beanies. The spring has been all over the place. And we've had freezing cold, we've had boiling hot, we've had everything. So please, if you haven't yet done so, make sure you grab one of the Know Your Rights caps or beanies. As always, they're a great way to meet like-minded people. They see the little logo there, they come and have a chat. So, and of course, look after your head as well. And don't forget, I mentioned before that home study course. It really is an amazing resource that you'll come back to again and again. So I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. For those of you in Victoria, a wonderful long weekend. And as I said, I will speak to you all live next Thursday night. Until then, take care.